Sure.
Sounds good.
Sounds close enough.
All right, let's just get back there. Don't forget food if you haven't used it yet.
Wait, my FC buffs.
Don't
Where
worry
are
about
they?
it. I'm the one that makes your food anyways. Don't complain.
Oh, quadruple whiff. Let's go.
You're a samurai. Spread.
Yeah, I forgot I had to feign that first one.
Bravo. Move up a little. Looking for the tile with 1 egg. Alpha. Take Buster next. Spread. Go back to Charlie. DPS spread. Go left, I'll get him. Tanks healer spread. Tanks will go back to Charlie. Spread. Go to your tiles. Just knockback resistance. Go to the edge. I got her. Oh, you got her. Alright, didn't have swift up yet. And move. Make your way back to Charlie. Move up. Going right. Tanks away. Spread. Yes. This is base. Move to the middle. Knock back left, right in your healer groups, and then you'll move slightly north to dodge the Exaflares. Oh. Tanks will stack. Everyone else go middle. Towers and tethers. Grant knockback resistance. Good. Go middle. Go to the edge. It's okay. We'll be going to the middle anyways.
Yep.
Alright, into the middle. Behemoth's at Bravo, so we're going to Alpha. It'll be DPS spread first.
Oh.
Move
Spread second.
Where are we putting the stack for that again? Because it changed,
along
right?
the wall. No.
No.
Stack is in the same spot. Oh,
Which was supposed to be directly across from the bridge.
it's supposed to basically
Yes.
be, yeah.
But it wasn't.
Was it not?
No, that's.
Okay.
Was it a little off?
I don't know. I don't know who had the first tag. The second one I definitely moved in the wrong spot. But it's supposed to be you just follow the bridge all the way to the edge.
Stack was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's my bad then. I thought we were in the right spot, but maybe we were a little far. Okay. Do we have footed battery recording?
Yep.
Let's see it real quick just to clarify, because
Which one? The first one or the second one?
I mean the first and second were both healer tank
The
stacks.
second one was bad because I ran in the wrong spot. Because we were talking about where is it supposed to be? And I blanked.
Name for the mechanic, or because the entire mechanic's called Inviolate Purgation. I don't know if there's no, because I'm calling spread, and because the spread is the easiest to identify because it's the one above your head. That one just took me a little bit of time to process. I'm calling this who is spreading and what platform we're going on.
Yeah, the stack was
A little too far north, was it? Or
a little too far south.
oh, how do you tell who has stack and who has spread? Well, so if your debuff has a number, you're spread, I think, right?
No. If
No,
your
it's win.
debuff
Sorry,
has
if it has a
number-
win.
so you've got a win debuff, and
Yeah.
you've got some people have the holy debuff.
Yeah,
Everyone will have 2 win debuffs,
yeah.
and there will be 2 numbers in them. Those are the numbers that you are spreading for. Out of 4, you'll have 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah.
And I think it was fine.
Let me see. What this one should-
I was.
Everyone can know when they are when they are supposed to stack and when they are supposed to spread by knowing which time they have win.
Is that first or second stack though?
First one,
This is
first
first.
one.
We went to A.
Okay, so just play it.
So Meal has the stack. He's one with the
Yeah.
holy.
Spread first. Okay. We have a lot of space behind us.
We have a wind inside there.
Oh, keep playing it. Keep playing it.
You have. Tell me.
I think Irie is supposed to be between the stack and Badger. Yeah.
And then Extro is
Is
supposed to be more
associate-
north.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in line with Ika and Badger. Yeah. Okay,
I
that's
was.
fine. Not in this perspective.
No,
you aren't.
You're not
Look,
actually.
look at
You're
look
in
at
line
Badger's
with
perspective.
Ika, but not Badger.
Yeah.
Making a triangle.
I can be in line with Badger. Wait, where is he?
Yeah.
You can
Yes,
be
you
in
can.
line with Badger.
No, because on the second one, I went to at the edge of the AoE.
Yeah. No. Okay. So the problem is on the second one, it's because you started so far to the left that it clips the edge. So if you made a straight line with Badger and Ika,
Your
you have the
AoE
free space to
was
do
way
this
over
straight
here,
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got.
So Irie was supposed to be between Badger and the stack. Extra was supposed to be a little bit further to the right, so he makes a straight line with Badger and Ika. And then we can replicate that on the other side. That was just the problem, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And so, okay, that's fine. Small thing to fix.
Does everybody know where they're supposed to be?
Does anyone have questions? Yeah, like the diagram. Did I pin the diagram?
But the stack is supposed to be there, right?
That's a good
The
question.
stack is there.
How did
Okay.
last
I'm assuming Les got clipped.
Oh.
Yeah, I
from
got hit by Irie's
Irie.
AoE.
Okay, that's fine. Happens. Let me do this. Okay, what I just pinned in the Slapchagery chat. I'm just gonna delete less from the pin real quick. Is your spot on either the Alpha or Bravo platform. So you just remember that, and the stacks are always in those spots.
So the stack should have been where Irie was. Right?
I think the stack was fine.
In relation to the rest of people, not the arena.
In relation to
The stack is supposed to be closer to the boss.
The stack is supposed to be in relation to the arena. So if you draw a line from the center of the entire arena and then you just follow the bridge and you keep following it through the bird, that's where the stack's supposed to go.
Which is right where Minku is kind of standing, where like everybody's a little too far off from dead
yeah,
center behind
that's
her.
fine.
It,
fine.
It would clip Irie if we're too far south. Like where you're standing, Meal, you would have killed Irie
Yeah,
if she was in her proper spot.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting used to. So
Okay.
that's my bad. Okay. Just gonna throw it already. Check if you have questions about your spots. Say no, and then start typing. You have a question, Ari? Is there a clarification that needs to be made? Okay. What are you confused about? Like where you're supposed to be standing, or... Okay, that's fine. So let's start at the start of the mechanic. Do you understand the ordering system in which you're supposed to spread or stack?
I think I just need to see it again. I pulled up the spots, so I think I should be okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright. Let's just get there again.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Spread. Alpha. Move up a little. Looking for the tile with 1 egg. Alpha. Thanks, we'll move. Spread. Everyone make your way back to Charlie. DPS spread. No, they're up. Go right. Thanks, healer spread. Tanks will move. Everyone else stay. Spread. Light party tiles. Knockback. To the edge. They already move. And move. Charlie. Move up. Left. Tanks move. Stack. Where's this home?
Home.
Got it. Alright, baits are next. Go middle. Knockback left, right. And move up. Tanks will spread. I don't have a ton for you guys. Asylum's down in the middle. Towers and tethers. Operate knockback. Move to the middle. Go to the edge. After we go middle is when you'll drop your 2 minutes. Go to the middle. This is 2 minutes. Going to alpha. Alpha 10 killer spread. DPS will stack, 10 killer spread. Go. This is DPS spread, 10 killer stack. Are you between us and this badger? Yep. We'll move over. Remember AoE coming out. Going back to alpha. This is DPS spread again. And move. Go to Bravo. This is 10 killer spread. I'm not going to take this until after the mechanic resolves. Pump a big heal out here right after.
Into the back.
Go to Charlie, go to Charlie. I'll get her. I have. Oh, yo.
I forgot about that.
We should go back opposite the corner we came from.
Copy.
Oh, yeah.
Copy, LBB.
Okay, just look for the eggs. New stuff. Bravo's the only safe platform. Birds are on Alpha and Charlie. Go to Bravo for now.
It's pointing
this would
towards
be-
here.
Oh,
We're,
Okay.
we're gonna have to like bait them together, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely have to come to the same spot. Oh, and the platform spawn. Oh, and there's only one safe. Okay.
How did the birds rotate?
So the birds went from Charlie to Alpha and Alpha to Bravo. So the path between, or sorry, Alpha to Charlie and Charlie to Bravo. So the path from Bravo to Alpha is open. So it's probably, we have to pay attention to the two directions the birds are facing and
They're gonna
run in
wait,
this.
just chase and then run, follow their empty
Fo-
spaces.
Yeah, follow the empty path that we have left. Yeah, so the two birds spawn. I don't think you can tell the direction until after the eggs hatch. Yeah, and then we go onto the one empty platform, and basically we look at the bird that's, yeah, not looking at you. Because the bird from Charlie was looking at us, but the bird from Alpha was looking away, so we just run towards Alpha.
So, alright, so we want to go ahead, we go to the empty platform, we want to run all the way to the back edge, and then do we want to say when we see the bird, like, run along the edge until the bridge appears after the AoEs form, or...
That's what I'm trying to figure out, the timing-wise. I think one of the big problems is that, or one of the problems I observed is that the platforms spawn as the birds shoot across, so I think...
So, Badger, can you play that?
Yeah, play
let
it
me
back.
slow it down a bit. Back a few.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the baits, so first baits have already gone off, right, at this
Yeah.
point?
So I'll play it from here.
We're gonna have to like...
Okay, so we're definitely supposed to go towards Alpha here. One, because as soon as that animation happens, you can cross, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, as soon
spawn.
as soon as those chains are actually going, you can move into it. That bridge exists.
So I think it's baits probably along the edge.
How fast are the? Can you check?
Oh yeah, go back a little bit and
How
see how
far?
fast.
How fast do they follow us? Because we can drop the AoEs on the close to the boss, and then we just run to the bridge.
This is
Let's
real
see.
speed.
Like bait them together, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely have to come to the same spot. Oh,
Like we've got
that's pretty
time, but
slow.
I figure we just do it at the corner, and that way we don't have to like do like close one way or the other, and then get screwed if it's like off center, right? So
Okay, so
we
in
go-
that configuration, where were we supposed to stand when you say corner?
So if so they make a triangle, right?
Yep.
So you'd go to the vertex of the triangle, the far edge, so that way everyone pumps it at the far edge there. So kind of like what we did, but try
So
to
where
keep them
Badger's
closer
standing,
together.
where Badger's
Like-
standing, basically.
Basically what we did, but we just want them
Yeah.
all clumped together.
Okay, so I see.
To put it.
Emil, do you have the arena image
Like the blank one.
for the for the raid plan?
Like,
Yeah.
in
give
line
us
with
a
the
You can
bridge,
take-
basically.
Can you
Yeah,
draw it there?
Let me look for it. Real
Yeah,
quick.
but yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So if we bait there, that way if it's if it was at
Yeah, it's like
either of them, they're both equidistant from where we drop the baits, right? It's not
Yeah.
like, oh, we picked we picked one of them, it was wrong, and now we don't have as much space to kind of get away from things as they chase us, right?
Yeah.
But so this way we absolutely have space to keep running. So,
Okay.
you know, if someone's finishing a cast or something like that, it's a little like,
Pause it there. We can drop them where Minko is right now, right? And we just go across the bridge.
Where
when he
Minka's body
appears.
is.
Yeah. Over
Yeah.
here. on the-
That's the suggestion. Is basically everybody stands along the wall,
Mhm.
Yeah.
baits there, and then just runs the path of the bird that's not looking at you.
Yeah.
because we can all prep when you see
Yeah.
that first bird hatch, we can all just prep to that edge, and then we just migrate over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
then if it keeps repeating, then we just keep going from there.
yeah. Plus, we only need to stand there for the initial AOE drop. So as soon as the AOE drop happens, right, you can
we
pre-position
move
next to
close
the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Irie is muted and deafened, I think. So I'm just gonna ready check to make sure. Yeah. So we'll just stack the baits in the corner and then. Stack the,
Refood.
yeah, refood if you have to. Irie, did you hear our strat?
Strat.
Okay, we're just gonna bait all the AoEs. We're gonna stack up in the one safe tile at the edge, and then as soon as the puddle shows up, right, the big puddle, just gonna run to the bridge, closest to the bird that's not looking at us.
Makes sense.
Okay, sounds good. All right, we going then.
All right. Here we go.
Tank stacks. Bravo. Move up a little. Looking for the tile with one egg. Alpha.
You doubter.
But you're never really a good luck charm, huh?
Tanks will move. Condense. This is home. Make your way back to Charlie.
A
spread.
chicken.
No, it's not. You can't prove anything.
Aw, chicken.
DPS spread. Move in. Go right. Thanks, healers will spread. I'll get him.
Oh, did I walk too far and get clipped?
Too far. Tanks will go to Charlie. Tank spread. Okay. Light party tiles. Knock back. To the edge. Get ready to move. Move. Charlie. Move up. Left. Tanks will move. Stack. Baits are next. Move it to the middle. Hop back east-west. You move a little north to dodge the flares. Tanks will stack. Everyone else come middle. Asylum's down. Monk. Gaming. Alright. Towers and tethers. Don't forget knockback resistance.
I forgot.
Move middle. Everyone go to Bravo here.
Right now.
And so now you can...
We
get your
stay here,
units.
right?
Oh god. Okay, good. We should still move middle, but now everybody can catch the buffs at the same time. We're going to Bravo. It is DP, tank healer spread. Bravo tank healer spread. Dude, it's still too close. This is also tank healer spread.
Go to C, go to C.
Did we catch Did you catch extra as well?
I don't know if I caught extra.
Extra, what killed you?
Check. I think it was the person north.
I think I'm a little too far to the right. Right, Victor? Like I'm a little too
you're
close
a
to
little
you.
too far to the
Okay.
right.
Okay. Second one? Tank healer spread. It was tank healer spread.
I got caught by an arrow. I think I was too close to list.
You had holy? Tanks will stack. Everyone else come middle. Asylum's down.
No, Badger had first hold.
I had the first stack.
Oh, okay. Just play it from here. Let's see the buffs.
Yeah, he's pulling up a clip now. Everybody look.
Minku has.
No, yeah, I was too close to
fourth
list.
holy?
I think.
Is that?
That's it.
Minko has fourth holy, right?
Holy.
Yeah.
Victor had third.
Okay. Tank healer spread.
Okay.
Tank healer spread. Alright, just keep doing that mechanic.
Nope, let's watch this so we can find
Alright.
out where our spacing is wrong.
Okay, yeah. Play. I'm definitely too close to Victor. Does extra get clipped by mine? Because he's too far. No.
No,
What?
I think it was lists. I was too close to the left, I think.
Okay, so you need to be a little bit closer to the edge, and I need to be a little bit closer to the left. Okay. So that's what
And
killed
Les
you.
needs to be a little bit more north, I think.
Okay.
Okay, there was a very specific marker on the floor that I thought lined up perfectly that I was standing on.
I mean, maybe it might line up perfectly if everybody else
so-
is aligned.
Yeah. Because, okay.
Can you rewind to where that
Yeah.
first one was? Because I want to see what the marker that he was using was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only visible when there's like the 3 circles, but
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back a little more. Okay, stop here.
I gotta go. Well, let me.
it's like
No, you want to
There's
get the
little-
stuff.
Cause I'm trying to see
I
where
won't.
everybody else is.
Okay. All right, Les, what's the marker that you use?
I guess I could stand further back on the edge. That'll probably help. But there's like a little spike and a diamond right there that I'm standing on.
Oh, like that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm using. Can you send this picture in?
Oh yeah,
Slap.
this was the right place, I think.
Yeah, I think you're a little too far forward. Because I think
I can step back as well. That'll probably help. I'll
I
just
just wanna
stand on the
clarify.
spike.
I just want to clarify my spot too. Because I think.
So you see those wings, Meal?
Yeah. So let me take a picture of how. Because I remember you explained it to me, and I was trying to remember. Let
Yeah.
me screenshot it real quick.
Go, Origami, go. You passed that truck. Go, go, go. No.
I do this.
We're doing it.
I was supposed to be in the red
Woohoo!
line, right? Like those 2 diamonds.
Yeah, you're about to be about there.
Yeah, okay. I was a little too far to the right then. Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. We good?
So use the shadow of the left wing. I got it.
So like,
What's up, Badger?
nothing. I was looking at Neil, thinking of where I need to stand, which is not who I need to be looking at. I need to look at where you're
You cannot
looking.
line. You cannot line to the bird facing because they are facing diagonally.
not-
So
we're
one
not
side is
lining
gonna
to
be too close
Not
to
lining
the
to
other
the bird
side.
facing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm using the diamonds as like the floor markers as reference.
So there's the wing on the ground. That's what you line up with.
Hmm.
All right. I think that was me.
Yeah. Yeah, food check if you haven't refreshed.
All right. Here we go.
Take spread.
Oh, I did
Okay.
actual cooldown, so I'll hell of the next one, I guess.
Okay. Bravo. Move up.
So this little diamond, it's kind of hard to see with everybody's effects, but this is exactly where I stand in time.
Ah, that one I see. The thing that looks like the Sage Mulus. Let's see.
Yeah, kind of.
Alright, platform with 1 egg. Bravo. Hanks will move. Disperse. This one's getting hallowed, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Make your way back to Charlie. Thanks, the other spread. Gather up. Right. DPS spread. Thanks, we'll go to Charlie. Everyone else stay. Stack.
Home.
Got it. Light party tiles. Still gonna put this out here. Knock back. To the edge. Get ready to move. Move. Charlie. Move up. Right. Tanks will move. 2 minutes coming.
Oh, I moved too early.
Uh-oh. Well, it's
Condensed.
condensed, so
Extra stacking himself.
goodbye.
Get
Okay.
extra up.
I got my dot.
You can go here. I got you. Alright, Bates. Move in. East-west Bates, or east-west knockbacks, then move forward. Tank spread. Everyone else middle.
It's gonna hurt. I actually don't have a cooldown.
Okay.
Messed up in double cooldown.
I'll keep you up. Asylum's down. Towers and tethers. Oh,
That's my bad. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
we're good. No, we're not. Fuck. I ran back
Like
and
a
I was
very
like,
weird
fuck.
pattern.
Yeah. That was my tower, right, Victor?
Yeah, it was your tower.
Okay, okay. Just make sure. Alright, no big deal. Go again.
Here we go.
Tank spread. Asylum's down. Bravo. Move up a little. Platform with 1 egg. Alpha. Thanks, move. Spread.
Guys, you're not gonna believe this.
I don't want to. Go back to Charlie.
I don't have an earring.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at your HP compared to Iris.
Amazing.
Forgot to look in the mirror before you left.
Tank Sealer spread. Gather up. Go left. DPS spread. Tanks will back to Charlie. Stack. Light parties. Knock back. Gather up on the edge. They're ready to move. Good move. Charlie. Watch the bow. Move up. Left. Tanks away. Stack. Move in the middle. East-west knockback. Move up. Tank stack, everyone else middle. Asylum's down. Towers and tethers. Come here. So, knock
We
back.
should have swapped meal.
Yep, we should have swapped. I'll get him.
Oh, I didn't wings. My bad.
It's fine. Go to Bravo.
Oh, what happened to me?
You're out.
Oh, I bled to death.
You got auto too. Let Victor die there. It's fine. Get him up. I have no Swift. Default Bravo. Default Bravo. Tank-Killer spread first. 2 diamonds right here. Tank-Killer spread, DPS stack. Tank-Killer spread, DPS stack. Move.
Tank-Killer spread again.
Yep. 2 diamonds. DPS stack, DPS stack, DPS stack. And move. This is DPS spread. Hurry back up a little.
Ooh, I was too far to the left. My bad.
That's fine. DPS spread again. Go back to Charlie.
Could be.
To the back.
Back
we're
Charlie.
going to the,
Toward the Bravo side. Bravo
Charlie.
side. Bravo side.
Yep.
Bravo side.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
That's fine. I'll get him.
Oh no!
I got less. I got less.
We have LB. Oh no, wait. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
This is the
They're
burst.
both
Yeah,
up,
we
they're
saw
both.
this. We saw this.
Oh my god.
We
that
need to
was
practice
incredible.
this, so just come up. Alpha
Hey.
side. Look over the
We're going
birds.
to the edge of Alpha. Alright.
We're going
alright.
toward Charlie. We're looking. Look at Charlie. Look at Charlie. Look at Charlie. Charlie.
Everyone head towards the Charlie Bridge.
As soon as it spawns, cross through. Go. Behind the bird, all the way to the edge.
Keep following it.
I follow it. Okay. Actually, didn't know. What is this
Looks
mechanic?
like we don't have to. Looks like we can
Okay.
make that one move.
Famine's
That's a lot
Harvest.
of enemies.
Just pay attention. 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. Go to the platform with 3. Go to Alpha. I'm just guessing here. Oh no. Okay. This is just break your tethers. Break your tethers. And... Okay. Hello.
Oh.
LE3. Death's Harvest. Don't know what this does.
It harvests us.
This is a backloaded. God damn it, dude. Why is this such a backloaded fight? What the fuck? Between Alpha and Charlie.
I already provoked.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there's one
well, we
empty
can't
platform.
be here. Oh, and that bird's there. That's no good either.
Easy.
Got Victor. What the fuck? Stop! Give me mechanics I remember. God
I
damn
got
it.
8 seconds on provoke.
Oh my fucking god. Bro. Fuck off. What the hell? Food safety, right? Man. Yeah, but
And rage?
no.
No
No
way.
way. Or Victor. No, fuck. Let me live. Get in this silent badger right now.
Stacks. No, spread. Maybe it's just one stack? Oh.
Healer stack.
See ya.
This is gonna fucking goodbye.
Immune.
Fuck. My switch just kicked. What the fuck?
A break?
That was like,
That
was
do you
like-
want to take a break and analyze that?
yeah.
After
was-
that is a bunch of AoEs into Enrage.
Yeah, I know those three are
Is that
like the-
Proggies?
Technically,
It is
Yeah.
progress.
All right.
The fight really isn't anything but like where to stand. Like that's the whole fight. So of course the final mechanics are gonna be fuck you.
Yeah, Badger, can you pull up
Yeah, this one has been compared to Leviathan. Where
Oh.
there's nothing between, and then at the end it's
the like Tsunami 1, Tsunami 2, and then
Tsunami 2, the smokers.
go back. more,
I
think.
can't. I only grabbed the last 2 minutes.
Okay.
How
Oh.
could this happen to him?
All right.
Well, this is the important one. This was the first
Yeah.
one of the group, so.
What is it called?
Famine harvest.
Yeah, something. Okay.
And
so-
Jazz,
okay.
that is the one where we can do tank and bone if you guys wanna.
I like that.
So wait, how many mechanics are there? There's 8 minotaurs here.
Oh, there's 6 minotaurs. There's 4 of them that are tethered, and then the other 2 are
One of the
minotaurs.
one of the platforms.
So what is that? That's all tanks and healers have tethers in there, and then all the DPS
Let's-
were supposed to bait the other 2.
Okay.
There's one of the platforms is. Oh no,
Wait,
there's no circle.
wait, so let's look at this. Left is tethered to the one at Bravo, right? There's one tethered to. There's another healer tethered to another one at Bravo. I think a healer, maybe not.
This is all tank healer tether.
Yeah, I'm tethered to the one at Charlie, right?
Minku's tethered to the one at
The
Bravo.
Bravo, but she's standing on Charlie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're tethered to the one at Alpha. So there's
Yep.
2 minotaurs. Okay, I see. So there's 6 minotaurs total. 2 of them that are tethered are on one platform. Then the other 2 have one tether, one non-tether. By the lot sounds of it, then.
What? No, there's 2. So C and B are all tethered. They are all tethers. And then A is the non.
Oh, you're not tethered to the one at Alpha. Oh, I see. Okay. It cuts
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it.
It's here.
It really
you just
does
gotta
look like-
You just gotta look at what they're looking at.
Oh,
to
I
the
see.
AOEs
Okay.
on this one.
Okay. So that means the tanks healers or supposedly DPS because it probably is role based, yeah.
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 Do the swaps on those 2 platforms and then the other 4 just bait them outwards away from everyone else, yeah?
Yeah.
That's simple.
I'm trying to think what the best
There's
way
birds
for.
as well.
Oh, are there birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's birds
One
there.
over
Oh,
here
shit.
on B and
Oh, I
There's
see.
two birds.
Okay,
the,
and
the birds were on the tether platforms.
and they're aiming towards the non-tethered platform.
Yeah.
Okay, can you play this really quick then, Badger? I want to see. Pause it when the bird lines spawn. Okay, pause.
Okay.
So it looks like you see how it makes the X, and we usually do our light parties in those 2 big triangles. We probably just put the 2. You just pair up with your light party DPS, bait them outwards, and then
Probably
walk behind the triangle.
bait here, and then
I wouldn't even bait there. I would bait. Can you screenshot this really quick?
that's good enough.
I would honestly bait.
Because to bait these 2, probably want to point them not here, because then it's going to be huge.
I would honestly bait them in those directions, not on the mini triangle.
Bait them out and then go into the mini or into.
No, bait them out and then just. You see how that triangle has like the little vertex right underneath the dead center of the Minotaur? Like right. I'm marking it.
It's kinda easy. Wait.
So like, you see where I circled in blue right there?
Yeah.
All the Minotaurs that are doing the baits have that. As long as you're outside of that triangle, you don't get hit.
Oh, I see. You want to bait them out of the arena
So-
and then just.
Yeah,
step
so
on
you
the
just
other
point them
side.
out of the
Okay.
arena away from the 4 tethered players, and then you just walk behind the Minotaur.
Mhm.
And there's enough space on those 2 big triangles. Because if you bait in the little triangle, it's also proximity, and then you have to run the risk of crossing through the birds.
Yep, I follow.
So I would say that would probably be the easiest way to do it,
Or like,
unless someone else sees something else.
yeah, or like here.
Seems to
and
be
then
the way
go
they
that
do
way.
it.
Yeah, so you just bait them away from everyone else, and then just walk behind. Okay, sounds good. So that's 1. Let's play through then. Look at the next mechanic. So no tether people. Don't forget to move in game, by the way, before you get kicked out of instance.
What do we do for the cones?
So the 4 cones, you just point them away from the 2 platforms with tethers and the big triangles, right?
You have
Because
to
the birds.
crisscross them,
Okay.
though.
So
So if
Yeah.
you can't do them in like a parallel shape where it's like a trapezoid. You have to crisscross. That way you actually make a cross
Yeah,
to
yeah.
keep people safe.
the lines have to cross. Okay.
Oh, so
Okay.
instead of baiting towards. Wait, so in my picture I have the 2 red arrows, right? That's
You see how less let's posted the solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
So you
sense.
see how it's crisscross there? So what'll happen if you do them like across, you'll end up with these cones that like will hit people on accident.
Oh, we're talking about the tethered players, not the untethered players?
Correct.
Okay,
Tethered,
okay,
yep.
okay. I see.
But like you see how the ranged people go, you know, they
Yeah.
got kind of the close minotaur on one and the far minotaur on the other. Because if you try to do them like in a trapezoid fashion, you'll double clip people or you'll
Yeah,
run into the birds and
see.
all of that. So
Okay. Yeah, so you just basically make a diagonal line similar to how we did with the towers and tethers, like just a rough diagonal with your ad.
Mhm.
Okay, sounds good. All right, back up a little bit, Badger. Let's see how many eggs spawn here. Go back to the egg spawning area because that's usually the easiest way to tell. Okay, so this is
5.
5 eggs, 3 minotaurs, 2 birds, or 5 behemoths, 2 birds. Sorry. Okay.
I already provoked.
The only open safe spot is Alpha Charlie, so pause. So 1 bird's looking Charlie to Bravo, 1 bird's looking Bravo to Alpha, and then who's tethered here? Keep playing. See if we can see, because I see 6 tethers, or is everyone tethered?
Everyone should be.
2,
Everyone's
3,
tethered?
4,
Okay.
5, 6. Everyone's tethered.
Okay, and let's see the order of resolution here. Just keep playing it. Let's see. I want to see what goes off first.
Well, we can't be here.
Okay. AoE's drop. Sounds good. Okay. Keep playing.
Him.
And then everything resolves,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go to
so
the
that means it's probably... So Alpha is out of the question, right? Because there's a
Yeah,
behemoth
there's a
in there.
behemoth
So
on it.
it's probably doing spreads around Bravo and Charlie.
Those
if I had
birds
to-
are halfway, right?
Yeah, they're halfway. So you have everything behind the
So-
bird and like spots
So
between.
you'll have 2 people from each behemoth on B. And then you'll have 2 people from
Oh,
each behemoth on Charlie.
see. I see. How do we?
Damn
B
it,
is the easier one because you can crisscross them.
Yeah.
taken phone. Strat.
The bridge has. We can fit 2 people on the bridge.
Yeah. So this is okay. So
Oh.
I also mentioned this is where you could do tank and vuln, but we could also look at a solution that doesn't involve that right now because we do save them busters.
How
Yeah.
does Take and Vuln save everyone else, Irie?
Actually, yeah.
You don't get killed by
Um,
2.
Oh,
The
like
guide
you
I'm
stack
looking
them.
at uses tank invuln for the next mechanic after this one, not this one.
Yeah.
It's not this one?
No, this is 8 unique.
This is 8
damages.
tethers. Yeah. 8 separate lightning tethers. The only way
Is
I could
it
see.
not famine, death, and then war? Which one are we on right now?
The one before
Death,
Back up,
war,
back.
war is
that's
next.
famine.
Or
We're
are we
on
deaf?
death right now?
Yeah.
Wait, death is the tank and vuln.
Wait, no, you're right. Yeah.
How do
does
you?
that work?
Because the only way I see it potentially working is something similar to Phoenix, where you stack the tanks so that they take as many of the instances of damage as possible.
But how would they steal those?
So here's
Yeah,
how
but-
it works without the tank invuln, which we already worked out. That's how we're gonna do it, I guess. Go.
Yeah.
Everybody. The behemoth is in the top right there.
Yeah,
So everybody
that's
moves either to the top left or the south.
Yep.
And then apparently this is how it works with tank invuln. Both tanks are stacked there with their invulns.
I guess what it does is open up more space,
Yeah.
Yeah, it just opens.
but it doesn't necessarily make
It doesn't
it.
solve the problem prior to, yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
It makes it
you still
easier,
have,
but
you still
yeah.
have other people doing all those things.
Yeah. So the positions for all the healers and the DPS are fixed. Like they have, or like yeah, they're fixed because they always all get tethers, and so it just means that you have more space to work with. But in the original solution, let's see.
Which is the one right above it.
Yeah. It looks like they split it up by role. Yeah. Don't forget to move again. I don't know how I'm talking about this. Okay, so Victor, when you were saying, let me put down a diagram. Actually, let me do it like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
in
is
the
a
one
lot more.
above it where they're not using the invuln, there's that range that's like tucked in between the
Yeah.
line AoEs and the.
To be honest, that spot
Mhm.
is pretty easy to identify every time. As somebody who takes that spot for the multicast. But
That range
If the melee lands it up perfectly straight.
Yeah, which I think is pretty easy with the bird, I would say. But yeah, I can see the validity. Okay, so I just want to make sure I can understand what Victor's talking about. Because he said 2 from each behemoth on one platform. This is looking like what Les posted is 4 behemoths on, or 4 people tethered to the same behemoth on one platform.
I'm just gonna overwrite less with like some marker.
I'm just gonna do it like this really quick. You see my screen? So put behemoth here. Put behemoth here, right? Because this is our configure, or sorry, no, behemoth here. Behemoth here. Behemoth here, right? This is the configuration if these are all behemoths.
Mhm.
And then it's split up by role. So what was your thinking, Victor, so I could understand?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. 'Cause let me also
So
do this.
this can go here, and then this one would go here. You do something like this. So this is like an initial 4 really quickly that I was thinking there. Like it's cramped and inexact, but basically, so if you ignore the purple highlights,
Sure.
you could you would have someone in those opposite blue lines there to take a line, and then they would space. So you basically had 2 people per each vertex there, kind of deal. Was the
Yeah.
initial thought.
Wait, the birds are pointing. Let's see Badger's stream
And
again.
this one,
Yeah, where are the birds pointing?
Birds start in the middle of the arena so you can stand behind them.
Yeah, but oh, I see. So one is pointing from south to northwest, and one's pointing from northwest to northeast.
yeah,
Right. Okay. Okay. So we have this is the danger zone, right?
yeah, that would be a danger zone.
Or
and
I
then your
guess this
Bravo would
gets
you shrink.
Yeah,
this
that's what I was
goes like
saying.
here.
There you
Yeah,
go, and then you would shrink the
this
C.
goes here. Okay. So that means let's see. So you're saying, let's say the tanks healers are taking these spots, right? For whatever
Yeah.
reason. Like this, this,
Oh,
right?
No, the paladin
Or
wouldn't
sorry.
stand there.
Yeah, not the paladin. So
Paladin
2
would
people
stand the
there.
opposite edge. So
Here.
right there. Yep. Just mirror it. Yeah, and then yep,
Here.
something like that. So that would be.
And which
and
one are
then
they all
the,
Wait,
tethered to?
actually,
the,
no,
the
yeah.
tanks, the tanks are tethered to the one that's horizontal right now.
Yeah, so like it
Yep.
would actually be like this here, right? I'll just make this magenta. Oh god.
White was fine. It was easier to see.
White was fine, okay. Okay, so there's one here.
And then the healers and the tanks are both tethered to different ones.
Oh, are we all tethered to different ones? Is that I didn't know if we were
tanks-
tethered
the
by
tanks-
role.
The tanks are tethered to the same. The tanks are tethered to. Well, I don't know, but like
Yeah.
either way, that doesn't really matter. Like to the. This is a without role placement right now. Is
Yeah,
what
okay, I
I'm
see.
talking about.
So we have this. And then in principle, you would put like here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Tanks appear to be tethered to the same one.
as
Healers
healers.
are tethered
Okay.
to the same one.
But what
Which
Victor's
is
saying is
fine,
it doesn't
but we
matter.
can
It's
still.
your
It doesn't
position is
matter. We can move the healers elsewhere. Like
Yeah.
that's not a big deal.
So like we did something like this, right? And then on this platform, it would be one is in line here, right?
Yep.
Then
Let's see. You would
I
probably
guess this
so
platform
because
has-
of the way that this already works, and we've already seen the other one. So if you did, so just throw that down by C, right? Like
like here, or sorry, here.
put it back. Yep, that's fine. And then you could put the other two across from the dude or whatever. But like
Like you could put one here, right? Because no one's going to be here.
yep,
And then you could put like
you could
another
put
one here.
you could put them on either side of the bridge there.
Oh,
So
like here, or
and
I
then
guess
the
not
ones
on the
either
bridge.
side of the bridge are coming across.
It's like this and this.
So
Tucking,
they're attached to the one on the west.
Yeah. Okay. So, but like those positions are the ones you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So these two attached here and here, right?
Yep.
Here. Like
No, they would attach to the other one.
oh this oh I see.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
tanks and
okay.
healers
So
are
this
attached
one's
to the same one.
well, yeah, okay. So like this and this, right? Is what you're talking about, Victor. I'll swap
That's what
around
I'm
the
talking
roles in
about,
a second,
yes.
Badger. I'll swap around the roles in a second.
I guess maybe I'm just worried that they'll intersect.
No, yes, because what we're gonna do here is this is just basically where people stand. Now we're gonna do role positions because what I think will probably happen is to simplify is that you put the melees on the one closest to the boss.
Mhm.
You put the ranged on the ones further from the boss, just to like make it easier, right?
Mhm.
And like this would be a valid
Solution.
orientation because
Yeah.
now, so like if I guess I should swap these to make it more accurate, so that they're all tethered to the same thing. So like if we did, I'm gonna make this like white stroke
I would.
magenta. I'm just gonna delete these really quick.
I would.
What's up, Badger?
I would swap. Well, I would put the melees closer to the bridges if possible, because then if it's at C, then you put one melee all the way to the back and you can't hit. So if you're trying to maintain uptime,
Oh, you're saying if the wait,
right? Because the
that
danger
again?
tile might rotate around, right? It could be at A, B,
Right.
or C. So if you try and keep the
Right.
melees as close to the center
Or be at
near
C
the
as
bridges.
melee.
Well, there's so in this configuration, right?
You can be much melee, yeah.
You could still be in melee position
Could you?
with this.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you ever?
Well,
be
okay, so
C
I guess
melee?
in my head, right, either Bravo or Alpha is always open, right? One of them is always a safe tile, so we just put melees always on that one, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
guess what
So
happens
you're
if
either
Alpha,
melees are always going to be on either A or B. Like you're never
Yeah.
ever going to be on C.
and I guess we can do a similar priority where we say melees will default to Bravo if the two safe tiles are Alpha and Bravo, right?
And
So
then does
melees,
this whole situation work if the behemoth is at C?
yeah. So like if this happens, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out now. So if this happens, right? What
I mean,
does this look
can you share the raid plan there?
So let's say this happens, right? What does this look
Oh, don't
like?
forget
I
the
assume we put one here,
Yeah,
right?
they would mimic the rules.
They do this, and then you would just put the two healers up here. Oh no, that one wouldn't work. You could leave the healers on the bridge, right?
Yeah, because
I
they're
guess-
not affected by the bird.
Yeah, I guess if you are concerned about the cleave hitting the range DPS back here, you could put one up here and then leave one on the bridge pointing this way, right? Because they are pretty wide cleaves, so like it would look something like this roughly. Just okay. So is there an easy way to call this? Because if so, the alternative is using the tank influence, right? Which is basically
Yeah, like, if
Yeah.
that's what we want to do, that's what we want to do.
yeah. I'm just trying to figure out like if we use this system, right? We need a good way of calling the mechanic, like kind of like how we had in the Violet Brigation, we have fixed spots and people just kind of know it's like this is who spreads, this is who stacks, and this is the tile, and then people already know spots they're going to. The melees have it easy, right? Because you guys kind of just go to the same tile every time, and you just mirror your spots if you're on Alpha. Just trying to think about it for the ranged, how we would say it.
I mean, the
Oh,
simple way is that we would.
That's
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Go back to your.
Yeah,
The simple way. So go back to the first one.
this one.
Yeah. So what would happen here is that the if we were to, let's see, if A were to swap, I want to say all that does is change whether like who's basically the front facing guy, right?
Yeah, so I guess in my
So-
head, so we duplicate this, right? And we move this behemoth here, right? For example.
No. Go move it back to C. really
C.
quick. So if we move to C, so then healers,
Well, so that you're talking about this configuration, right? Where the behemoth has
like,
that C.
go back to the first one because there's a few things that change that are not changing, right?
Yeah.
So give me just a second to logic through this. Because basically what happens is in this first configuration, healers are short from theirs
Yes.
and DPS are long from theirs.
Sure.
So if we move to C, DPS goes short to theirs and healers go long from theirs. So DPS would be on the bridge and healers would be on the circle.
Oh, so you're saying they're here
Like
and
that's just an
here?
initial thought in my head of how I solve it, but that's not how everyone else would deal with
Yeah,
it.
because technically all of our positions are flexible, right? It's just like
Yeah.
who goes where.
Because
Right, so
but this is the same exact, like, it's the same exact solution, right?
I see. Okay, so you're saying like, let me just put myself here for some reason, right? Or something. I think it probably here is safer. You're saying like this is a valid solution, and in this
Because
context,
this
the
is the exact same thing. Basically, the boss, like it just rotates in some way or
yeah,
flips in some way. Because now technically this is the same thing we had in the first one, but the
Mhm.
boss is over by the Bravo Charlie bridge,
yeah.
right? Like,
Oh, I see what you mean. Like if you take this pattern and then
'cause all we
rotate
did
it.
was mirror it about Bravo,
Yeah.
like a line through Bravo. That's all we did.
I guess so. Part of my question is also so like we have this, right? There's a world where we get this, right? Or like even you can put the behemoth here. Well, actually, yeah. Like you can swap any of the like you can swap any of the bridge positions.
Mhm.
So
Like we don't think about it of boss and
yeah,
Alpha Bravo Charlie perspective. You think about it with Behemoth perspective, right?
yeah. So
And then
in
they
our
always do the same exact thing technically.
okay, so in our logic, it's so melees are always Bravo or Alpha, right? They're always on the northernmost tile, like before they're spread.
It's more about how you're adjacent to your tile,
Yeah,
right? So your Behemoth, right? The Behemoth vertex, we'll call it, the one
yeah.
where two behemoths are adjacent to it. Not
Okay,
that
yeah,
one
yeah. Bravo,
actually,
Bravo,
but
yeah,
this
Bravo.
one Bravo,
Yeah,
because there's two behemoths adjacent to it is where the
sure.
melees go, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
So and
yeah.
even if that happens to be Charlie,
You can still be
all
max
the
melee.
melees should still be able to touch the boss in some
Okay,
way.
so you're saying like, I really should have made a blank platform. Let me make a blank one really quick. Then we'll worry about fixed positions later. So like in this context, right? You're saying all the melees are in Charlie because this is the
That's our, our lightning vertex, whatever you want to
yeah,
call
yeah.
it. But it's still
That's
the
their point of
same.
reference. Yeah,
It's the same like problem, right?
yeah,
Um, So the big thing is that your lines are spaced out and you don't get hit by a bird.
yeah. And
And then,
so
people could be far from their behemoth. Like it doesn't matter in this solution, but if people want more static positions,
mhm.
then I don't know what the answer, like we can just do the invuln thing, but
Yeah,
I don't know what the
that's my
true
thing.
answer
Is that
is.
like if we
And
want to,
I don't know how much brain power people actually want to commit.
because this. Okay, because we have this, right? This is our inviolate purgation strat.
Yeah.
And I think this works really well for us because it's fixed spots.
Mhm.
And you just say, what is my debuff and where do I go?
But that's also the nature of that one not being able
Yeah.
to really rotate around in the same
Yeah.
way. Like we can't choose where, like there are three things that dictate where we run for this, right?
Yeah.
There's only one thing that dictates where we run for that other one.
Yeah. And so like, just make sure, yeah, because let's say we have, because I'm looking at, so let's map through the tank and vuln one really quick so I can understand it. They have it here and here, right? And then they have behemoth here for now. Tanks here. Healers are always here. Well, healers are here and here. And you could just do light party spreads basically, right? So like melee close, ranged far, something like that, right? So if the 2 are here, is this still a valid strategy?
So what they're doing for theirs is still it's related to where the enemies are.
Yeah, so like okay.
The tanks are next to the DPS one, I believe. And then the DPS are all basically in front
Wait
of
a
the
second.
take
This
healer
is
one.
this looks not correct. The tanks are always on the bridge that don't have anything.
Yeah, because if you baited a tether,
Why?
it would be
Wait,
blasting
no.
up.
But if you put them,
That's asking
you,
for a damage down.
yeah, yeah, because
Wait,
home
what?
gang. So if you have, so this works in if you have Hallow's Superbolide on the bridge that has nothing, because you have to deal with the or the bridge that has nothing because the bird is crossing through still.
Wait, Drew doesn't get a. Wait a
He
second.
doesn't get a damage down?
He doesn't. We never do damage down spreads.
So what?
Okay.
Because I see what Victor's saying, right? If you put people on the bridge that has nothing, but you're in line with the
You're
bird,
taking a bird swipe.
yeah. And I mean, if it inflicts a vuln,
The bird swipe doesn't give damage down.
This probably explains it better than me. This is what we follow.
that's what they do.
Oh, good. I don't have to click it.
Which regardless, it's the same functionality.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
have to press arm's length.
This is literally the same placement, but the tanks
Yeah.
are standing next to the thing on the other side.
Okay.
Like,
Sure.
or the
birds never
always going to,
face the
they're
empty
always going to the
bridge.
behemoths? That would make
Oh,
sense.
You have to.
then
Yeah,
the
there's always
diagram
one.
that Les posted from the guide is
Yeah,
not
could
It's
just be
nice.
totally wrong, whatever.
not the, it's not important right now though, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, so it's important in the context of if you use invulns and the bird never faces the empty bridge, then it's fine. But the birds do at some point face the empty bridge, you will catch something extra that you're not meant to with the invuln, right? Because it doesn't matter if you stack the lightning things; those just do damage. But it does matter if like the bird catches you and inflicts an invuln or a damage down.
Cool, we've only
Yeah.
seen it once. Let's get hit by it. Let's get hit by the
So
bird.
okay, are we settling on the tank invuln then, or
It sounds like it.
Do it.
okay?
Well, where's everyone standing?
Actually, let's do this. Let's go in because the birds spawn at multiple times before, right? And let's just science it there. Just get hit by a bird and see what happens, right?
All right.
Because it does a knockback, right? And
I
you,
don't know.
yeah, okay. So let's just go in really quick, science it, and then see.
My thing is, we've only seen it once. We don't know all the options that are possible.
Yeah.
So just whatever. Let's just go for it. Let's just do that. Do that tank and Volt strat. I don't care.
Les just wants to do it.
Yeah, I just want to be done with it.
We're gonna go in science for a little bit, and then we're probably approaching break soon. So let's just test the bird thing really quick, and then we'll take like a 15-minute break because we have been at this for a while already.
So what are we trying? Can you post the?
So we're the
picture?
first time. No,
Just run. Don't worry about it. Tanks are gonna go stand in something. Just
Okay, okay.
live for a little bit.
You ask too much.
I know.
tank spread.
mechanic properly.
Go to alpha to the top right. Move up. Okay. So birds spawn here, right? So we can test it here.
Yep. If I don't fucking get myself yeeted.
Okay. So just let the tanks do their signs.
Arm's length.
Yeah, you'll have to arm's length it. See if it refreshes
I'm
the
not gonna
cooldown
arm's
on you.
length.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, for sign. Okay. So there's a bird. Let's see what happens. Just take this away for you guys.
So there was 2 damage downs that came through there.
Okay, so you definitely.
Time from the bird.
Okay, so let's hold it then. Let's take our 15-minute break here, and then we'll think about it. So we've been going for an hour and a half already.
Good food.
Sure, it
bubble
wasn't
stuff.
the punch.
There were 2. They were split. I only took the bird, not the ox. So. Oh, when people leave, it says that you're defeated. I don't know. There it is. Very in there.
Reconvene 1:55 p.m. Pacific. 55 p.m. Yes. All right, take a break now. If we use Hallowed there, I think. Let me upload the log really quick. Actually.
I don't understand.
What do you not understand? What our point of confusion is? Is that what you're trying to? Are you confused about?
Because Drew and I have never gotten a damage down there.
Right. So the logic for us is that what the video guide you linked said is that the birds never look at the bridge that is empty, right? That's what the video guide says, which is why you guys never take a damage down, because the only instances of damage you guys are taking is from the electric minotaurs, right? So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
So what we were just testing is, why is it that the picture that Les sent have a bird that's looking at the bridge? Because if it does look at the bridge, and this is what we just tested, and you get hit by it but survive, you get a damage down. So we're proving that the picture that Les posted has an inaccuracy in it from whatever guide. We're not necessarily saying the strat is bad. We're just making sure that we cover all of our bases, because we can't use that strat and just say go stand on the empty bridge every time if there is actually an instance where the bird is looking at the empty bridge.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So that was 10 minutes into the fight, roughly. Just the cooldown on Hallowed.
7.
Okay, so we can still. So my main question was to make sure that we still had it in time for all the cooldown alignment we have beforehand. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can still do that, right? Then we can still have less Hallowed the first buster. Okay, so we can have less Hallowed the first buster. You'll home the second or first condensed after the first buster, and then everything should still be up.
Come back. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if we do tank and vuln, and now we are going to run under the assumption that the bird never looks at the bridge that is blank, right? Okay. Yep. So let me mark these as Genta for. This is green, I guess. Actually, I'll make this red. Then we have 2 birds, right? And so in this configuration, they should never look at Alpha Charlie. They should start. Is it edge or here? It's middle, right? Yeah. So green. Then. Wait, no. This one looks here. This one looks here. Okay, so this so far, right? So. We are tethered by roll, so let me just duplicate this real quick. So let's say I have a bunch of magentas. Mhm.
I don't know if it matters, but is the first one famine? Famine.
Sure.
Death,
I
war.
don't know.
Well, so what's the point you're getting at, Irie?
Yeah.
In the first photo that Les posted, it has the tanks and healers in 2 groups.
Mm-hmm.
They can just whichever, they can stand in the middle of them. Doesn't have to be 2 groups.
Well, they're
So
just.
just
Yeah.
I
everybody
think
can
that's
meet
just for
together.
after they baited. They're just making sure that those. I think it's just declaring that those 2 people
Oh,
baited that Manator's
uh,
2 cones.
no, as in like everybody can move together.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
she's suggesting is what Badger suggested initially, which was put everybody in the tiny triangle. My problem with that one in particular was that I didn't want people to run the risk of getting caught by the bird AoEs as you were trying to dodge the Minotaur, the cleave, right? Because you have to bait the cleave and then dodge it.
Oh, so is it 2 groups better?
I don't know which one's necessarily better. I think personally that doing 2 groups gives you more flexibility and more room to work with, but that's blind faith because we haven't done the mechanic yet properly.
Okay. But we're gonna try 2 groups.
We're going to
first?
try 2 groups, and if we see that there's an inherent problem with it for some reason, then we will make adjustments.
Hey, sounds good.
So this is...
Man, Irie's over here. Just your strats are bad, and you should feel bad.
Wait a second, I know.
True.
I'm just trying to understand other strats.
Okay, so this is here. This is here. And that doesn't kill anyone, huh? I guess they are wide enough and far apart that the only people who get clipped are the 2 tanks. I see, okay. So if you swap them... DPS and cyan. DPS and cyan. Tanks are invulnerable. I guess it doesn't matter how many you get hit by, right? Doesn't matter if it's 2 or 4. Yeah. Extra, did you post something? Am I crazy?
Yeah. This is what I got for the next one.
Oh, we haven't even looked at the next one, huh? You want to share the screen of what's on the next one? Because I don't remember. So I can understand why.
I was gonna eat something, but
Oh, okay, that's fine. Go eat.
alright.
Oh, should I say something?
That's fine. It's okay. We'll come to it when we come to it. I was streaming anyway, so I'll just look at my like logs.
I have a different strat for it because one of our healers said that the one that we do is like a healer-friendly strat. So I have a diagram for it if you
That's
want to
okay.
look at it later.
We haven't even processed it, but keep it in the back pocket. Yeah.
Hey.
Blue tethers for proximity. Okay. Let me look at what's spawned there. Okay. So this was the 8 lightning. War's Harvest. Okay. So, 1 behemoth, 2 oxes, and 2 birds. Or 2 minotaurs, 2 birds. Okay. Then there are... What the fuck is that? So 1 roll lightning.
Ma, there's a weird fucking tether out here.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, that's a bird tether? Yo, that's toxic. What the fuck? Okay. 2 bird tethers. Okay.
Hey, go grab the DPS. I don't want him getting hit by this weird fucking tether.
Oh, the proximity tethers. Cones or stream. Ika, do you remember the proximity tethers drop cones or straight lines from the minotaurs? Because I remember the non-tethered bait is a cone, but I don't remember what the proximity one was. Should be a cone. Okay. How does extras work? Is it a thin cone? I thought the untethered one was very wide. Maybe I'm crazy. Unless you're saying exclusively the tethered cone bait is thin. Because I remember seeing the big what's it called? Oh, proximity is thin, untethered is wide. Okay, I see. Got it. Okay, so in this context, blue is that, the red are the birds. Wait. Yeah. Okay, I see. Interesting. Okay. Thin cones. Then the bird dashes are the width of the hitbox of the bird, right? I think so, yeah. Oh, you're linking it. Thank you. Wait. You have to hit save changes before you relink it. Okay, here we go. So, could we not do? Yeah, I'll just keep both tabs open. I mean, I could just hit save changes on mine and overwrite yours, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Are the two birds looking at each other? Oh no. Okay, yes, you can't put them directly across at each other because you'll just murk a person. You could just point them out, right? Because these are proximity. This seems viable. I guess you have a lot of room to work. Oh no, these are proximity. Oh no, these are proximity. This doesn't work. How far is the proximity tether, I wonder?
I think it's just from one tile to the other.
Okay, because I'm looking at, so if this one on the bridge that I'm hovering right now is a proximity, I'm like trying to figure out where you would put it. Like,
This is for the mechanic after?
yeah, this is for the mechanic after.
Oh.
Is this valid? Because the mechanic after is basically 4 lightning tethers,
Mm-hmm.
2 bird baits, and then 2 proximity tethers.
Mm.
So I'm trying to figure out, because Extra posted a version he thinks might work, but I'm trying to simplify it a little bit more. Back. I'm just going to throw out a ready check. Oh, now I can enable FC buffs somehow.
I like the funny little characters from the one I reposted.
They're cute.
We have famine, death, and then war, right? That's the order of stuff. So I think this is our death strat.
And that one you posted should work no matter which behemoth you're tethered to.
That's what I was trying to math out with the diagrams. I think it should, looking at all the arrows. But we'll figure that
Irie, is
one
that
out.
how it works?
I don't know if Meme was actually looking at the one I posted.
We're back at the tank and one. Back to
The Tank Invul one? What about it?
You stand in the same spot every time. Everyone stands in the same spot every
yeah,
time.
Yes.
that'll work every single time.
Static.
Okay, that's fine with me then. So the reference point is use the behemoth, and the DPS are on the. So everybody's spread out on the 2 tiles that don't have the behemoth, and the DPS are the furthest from the behemoth. The healers are closer to the behemoth. Just so we're all clear on like the logistic. The order is famine, death, and then war. We haven't done anything about war yet, which is fine. Famine is the one where Les posted this. I'll just pin it. Death is the tank and one strat, and then war we have to discuss. But war we will worry about after we get through famine and death.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just tackle it one at a time.
Yeah, so let's worry about famine first, which is the thing that I just pinned from Lest, which is you basically make little crosses if you're tethered, and if you're untethered, you obey the 2.
Fuck, I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time with it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Um,
Check your food.
And then I guess what are the positions? Are we just doing the melee? What are the positions
Fixed
for war?
for which one?
Famine.
Famine is what Mickey just posted.
Yeah.
So the melees will be close to the birds, and the range will be far from the birds.
Okay.
And then we'll do light party baits for the 2 untethered minotaurs. So you, whichever role you're with, that's not death, Miku. That's the same picture.
No, Miku's just saying we're gonna die in famine.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm waiting for her to post war 3rd and put the same picture again.
Yeah, so for reference, during famine, its melees are close to the birds, ranged are far from the birds if you're tethered, and then you split into your light parties. So Badger's with Irie, Extra's with Ika, I'm with Victor, Miku's with Lest, and you do the untethered baits on the 2 big triangles. And then you just walk behind the triangles.
Okay.
Sound good? We haven't decided on that one yet, Miku. For war.
Alright, yeah. Let's go before I...
Placeholder, yeah. Alright.
It does have good pictures.
Alright, ready checks out. Make sure you have food on. Well, let's go. Let's get through famine. Check your cardios, check your dance partners. Tank spread.
We'll hallowed here and see if it lasts.
It should. I was looking at the poll. If it's 7 minutes long, it should last until the next. So we should not need to change anything mid-wise for busters. Bravo. Move up a little. Looking for the platform with 1 egg. 1 egg. Alpha. Tanks will move. Home. Make your way to Charlie. Tank healer spread. Gather up. Right. DPS spread. Tanks to Charlie. Tank stacks. Okay, that will not reach you guys, so I have to do it a little later. Got it. Light party tiles. Knockback. To the edge. Where's my fucking PI? There it is. Get ready to move. Move. Charlie. Move up. Go right. Tanks away. Tank stacks. 2 minute here. First base. Move middle. Knock back east-west, then you'll move slightly north. Move. Tanks will spread. Everyone else go middle. Siloms down. Tanks, or towers and tethers, sorry. Towers and tethers. Knockback resistance. Go middle. Go to Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. You can use your 2 minutes on cooldown here. We're all stacked here, it's fine.
I was gonna maybe just wait so that we don't use GC and toss that.
Ah, okay, yeah, so as soon as we drop, right, is what you're suggesting? Okay. Going alpha. Tank healer spread first, alpha. Tank healer spread, DPS stack. Second one will also be tank healer spread, DPS stack. And move. DPS move up a little. It's DPS stack.
I was too close.
Oh god. This is DPS spread. We were too close, yeah. The big. Oh, I should not have taken this yet. Alright, just go.
We're gonna
Yeah, in the
hit
middle.
one AoE.
Oh, god damn, I should have waited then.
Ah!
Okay, it's fine. So Badger, you're a little too close up front. Was that what happened to you first pull?
Yeah.
Or first one? Okay.
What did we get clipped by that got all of us?
I think we were a little too close
Oh,
to
I was really-
extras.
it was extra. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
let me copy
Was
this
extra in the
here.
wrong spot, or was the group in the wrong spot?
Extra was he was standing directly on this little purple crown that I circled, but there's a
Mhm.
diamond next to that purple crown that's away from the stack that you should be standing on.
Oh, okay. Actually, you got that on the marker?
I'm gonna check. Wait.
So he was standing on the light purple thing that's circled, right? Like the lighter
Mhm.
purple than everything else, but there's a little thing, like a little diamond to its to the side, right? And it's mirrored on the other
There's a
side,
diamond on each side, but you want to go to the one that's
away from the stack, right?
yeah. That's just how I process it. That's the
Okay,
marker I
that's
look
fine.
for on the floor.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, let's do it again then. Watch aggro. Tank spread. Asylum's down. Bravo. Move up. Looking for the tile with one egg. Alpha. Tanks will move. Tank stacks. Actually, no. Sorry, this is Hella or Home. Top off extra. Make your way to Charlie. Extra coming. Alright, we're good. DPS spread. Gather up. Going left. That killer spread. Tank killer spread. Tanks go to Charlie. At Minku. Hard casting on Ika. Alright, we're up. Stay away from the tanks. They're spread. Let me top everybody off before you guys go to like party tiles. Alright, you guys should be good. Dropping Asylum. Knockback. Move up. You're ready to move. Move. Charlie. Move up. Left. Tanks move. Spread. Alright, baits are next. Yep, go middle. East-west knockbacks, then you move a little bit north. And move. Tanks spread, sorry, tanks spread, everyone else go middle. Asylum's down. Just gonna pop that. Towers and tethers, towers and tethers. Knockback resistance. Move in. Bravo. Two minutes. Going to Alpha. DPS spread. Is DPS spread, then it'll be tank healer spread. Tank healer spread is next. It is tank healer spread again with AoE. Fuck.
That was
Is
my
it
bad.
me or- Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that was my bad.
DPS
Yeah, it's too
spread.
close.
DPS spread.
Make sure you guys go back to C at the end.
Yep. DPS spread, go to Charlie. Go to Charlie on the alpha side. Charlie on the alpha side. Charlie on the alpha side. Just to make
Just
sure everyone-
sack up them. Just go to the back.
we have heal LB3, we're fine.
Wait for the
Oh, no.
AoE. Wait for the AoE.
Oh, nice try. Yeah. Happens. Let's go.
The auto was gonna cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Alright, do it again. Victor and I were a little too close, so.
No, we have to hold buffs during the Inviolate Bonds.
Inviolate Bonds, the first one?
Yeah,
Hold it until when?
until the AoEs go off.
Like the first AoEs or the second ones?
The second ones.
Okay.
Okay, and that ought to line up the knock-up and all that later.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if the DPS are spread, some don't get the buffs.
Okay. So I'm gonna rely on you to call the buff window on that one then.
After it goes off, just go to the middle and that's
Okay.
Okay, call it out. Thanks.
Alright. Tank stack. Just gonna put Asylum on top of you guys. If you're not in the Asylum, back and move forward. Alpha. Move up. I'll get Minku. It's fine. I keep the tanks alive. Just for the next mechanic.
Depends on who you Icarus to.
It's probably me.
Bravo.
Yeah. Oh, that's a real mistake.
'Cause, I mean, I'm the one that also caught damage down.
That was my thought.
Alright, good. Gotcha.
Home. Stay away from the tanks.
I'm going in there.
Make your way back to Charlie.
Make sure you're saying we hold the next 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
for 3 GCDs, 2 GCDs.
Okay.
Just shriek wildly when it's time.
Tank healer spread. DPS stack, tank healer spread. Gather up. Left. DPS spread, tank healer stack. And wait for 2 minutes.
No.
Now. Tanks will go to Charlie. Fucking backfill myself. Damn it.
Wait
Tank
for
spread.
me.
Light parties.
You weren't the only one near me. I'll drop you into an AoE again.
To the edge. Get ready to move. Move. Charlie. Move up. Go right. Tanks will move. Stack. Two-minute comes out here.
Oh, sorry, Yuka.
Move in. I got Badger. Don't cast on spawn, you two. Go to light parties. And move north. Tanks will spread. Everyone else go middle. Asylum's down middle, roughly. It's a little ugly, just like its user. Towers and tethers, towers and tethers. Forget knockback. Move in. Make your way to Bravo. Go to the middle. 2 minutes come out. Alpha. Tank healer spread. Move. This is tank healer spread. Move. AoE with this. This is DPS spread. And move. This is DPS spread again. Good. Go to Charlie on the alpha side. Charlie on the alpha side. Everything's fine. Oh god.
So where do we go to Charlie here?
Dodging. Oh, I guess we could go to alpha.
We didn't need to, the only reason we go to Charlie on the other one is because people die and we have an AoE on both.
Yeah.
So there was no need to do it that time.
Okay, so in that time we could have just run back to alpha.
Gone
and
back
just
to
dodged.
Alpha, yes.
Okay. Bravo. Look at alpha. Bravo looking at alpha. Look at alpha and stack. Go to the bridge at alpha. And it spawns cross. Dodge the bird. Just go to the edge. You don't have to make the triangle.
Oh, this
Famine.
pop window is...
Remember, there will be. Let me think about this.
Cross the streams.
Yeah. Pay attention to what roll. Tank healers have tethers.
Where's the... Oh, shit. Ah.
Oh my god.
Heyo.
No.
Ika has res. I'm up. Death. Oh boy. Practice
Yes.
your positions.
Death.
That's definitely coming.
Let's just do this first, and then I'll think about it.
Provoke right away.
Animation locked. Fuck!
Empty bridge, empty bridge, empty bridge.
Oh, I have 2 tethers. What the fuck?
I only know where to stand as a tank. I couldn't read where to stand.
Wars. Just got data here. Yeah, we're splitting light parties for. Let me do this first.
We can talk about what we're doing afterwards.
2 minotaurs, 2 birds, 1 behemoth. Behemoths go on the tile with the behemoth for sure.
Oh, this is gonna feel great. Oh,
I have so many tethers.
you can.
Oh, you can snag them.
You can.
I
I thought
Was
it just
because
would.
people died.
No,
think it's 'cause
it's
people
because people die. Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
you got another one.
Okay, so let's look at Minku's picture for famine really quick because that was the confusion. It should be melee's closest to the birds, range further. I ran close because I didn't see anybody on my tile.
No.
Or no?
It's not melee in range. It's whichever minotaur you're attached to.
Yeah.
you
So
see-
what I mean is like you do the cross first, right? You do the X thing first. Oh, I see
no,
what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay,
so
it happens.
you don't so the melees happen to be attached to the
Yeah,
further
okay.
minotaurs. So you have to
Okay, yeah.
crisscross the minotaurs. You wouldn't go to
Yeah,
the
I see.
adjacent minotaur. You gotta go
Yeah.
to your minotaur. So you don't want to make a parallelogram.
Yeah.
You want to crisscross.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Stupid diagram.
Ika, if you didn't have a tether, you wanted to bait.
Yeah, so if you don't have a tether, you go to the platform with the 2 minotaurs that have nothing. Yeah. Yeah, and you just bait away from the other platforms. And then the way to do that, I think, is what's the easiest way to distinguish that? Because in my head, it's just like,
Distinguish what?
well, okay. Question 1.
No,
There's
wait.
question 1. There's 2 minotaurs south, right?
Yeah.
4 players. Does it matter if it's 2-2 or 3-1?
Just baiting the vertex.
It shouldn't,
doesn't
yeah.
matter really.
Okay.
It'll pick the closest 2.
Play. The 1 minotaur. Oh, both minotaurs will pick the closest 2. Is what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
If everyone's
If
standing
you
in the
need
general area,
to,
then you're fine.
you can pop sprint before there because there's a lot of distance to cover.
Yeah, because in my head, it's basically just bait under 1 minotaur, like 2 people under each minotaur, or 1-3 doesn't really matter, right?
Mhm.
And then just point them away from the 2 platforms where all the tethers are, and then just walk behind the triangles that spawn.
Yeah. So your goal is to be. So give me 1 second here.
If the ones who are baiting the minotaurs, they cannot be on the center south. They have to be right underneath the minotaurs because
Yeah, you have
they're
to be
very
right on-
separated. So we
Yeah.
have to split to 2.
Cause
Well,
why?
so that-
Say that again.
We have to
So-
split to 2 to bait the minotaurs because otherwise
Why?
they clip the
Okay, so what I think is the point of confusion is that, let's say the 2 minotaurs make a triangle, right? Like they make the horizontal triangle and they just fucking draw it on here.
hold on. It should be fine if all 4 stand on the same spot, but they have to be
Yes.
very far.
So, okay,
south.
here. You guys see the snip I have, right?
Mhm.
So, the birds. Oh, that is a terrible color to use on this platform. Jesus. The birds go this way and this way, right? Which opens up a singular safe spot here. So you can technically stack all 4 players here. My concern with that one in particular is that if you do that,
You cannot dodge
you can't.
afterwards.
You will run the risk of getting hit by the birds because then you have to go in this direction, right? So my concern with that is that you will run through the bird AoE and get killed, right? So that was my personal concern. But you can. This is definitely a valid way to do it.
It is valid because that's the way my other group does it. But Meme was saying to try the 2
So-
groups.
Yeah, my logic is you stack here right under each minotaur, right? And you just point them out roughly, and then you just walk backwards, right? Because all you have to do as the untethered bait is dodge the triangle and the bird AoEs. But as soon as the triangles point out, you just walk away from the triangles and you have all of the space on this half and this half to move, which is why I thought this would be a better variant. So my question was then, like, right here in this picture, there is 1 tank and 1 healer per group, right? And so in my head, the logic is, well, you just join with whoever your role partner is in your light party and bait under. But technically, I think you can have 3 people here and 1 person here,
Yeah.
and it resolves itself the same. Also, don't forget the end game.
No,
I
it
don't-
won't.
No. So okay,
No,
that was
so
my
if you
question.
sorry. Well, part of it is the fact that so that picture is misleading by how close those minotaur are.
Yeah. So
They are
that was
not that close in reality.
Yeah, that was my question. Is that if I remember correctly, the first time we do baits, the untethered Minotaur targets the 2 closest players, right? The 2 closest players, not just the 1 closest player.
Correct, but
Okay,
so
yes.
the reason, and the reason why that doesn't work is because of how
Yeah.
how big that is, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, you can and so long as you because this is what happened here was that it was this directly in the middle there, and those cleaved me.
Yeah.
I can't get behind my Minotaur up there to not cleave lest. So with these, we do want to like Irie kind of talks about her group going all the way down south, which definitely works. Either that or just like you're saying, yeah, out on the edges there, because
Okay.
you based on your setup, like the way that you have it kind of planned
Yeah.
out of being out towards the edge, like that is more accurate than what the
Like the
drawing
cones
you
would
have
go like
open is.
this, right? Or something
Yeah,
like that.
because it's because those guys are so
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
radius to where they're going, so those
Yeah,
angles are far more controlled.
Yeah.
just split to 2 and go
Yeah,
to the side closest to you. That's
yeah.
it.
Okay. Does that work with everybody then? So if you're untethered, you go to, let me see, what do you say? So tetherless and birds purple go to the 2 side. Birds?
You don't bait birds there.
The birds
They're
aren't
fixed.
baited, they're targeted. Or they're fixed positions. The birds are tethered in the next mechanic, I think, or the one after.
Yeah.
But it's not
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
next mechanic.
it's the third mechanic that the birds are
We're,
tethered.
we're gonna be confusing the 3 next mechanics all the
Yeah.
time.
So
So.
in this
No.
one, you just have to pay attention to whether or not you are tethered to a Minotaur. If you are not, you just go to the platform with 2 ads on it, and you just stack with a partner, bait the Minotaurs away from the other 2 platforms, and then the tethers will resolve themselves up north.
We do melee, left Minotaur, ranged, right Minotaur.
You could do that. You could do light parties.
What do you define as left and right?
Yeah, that was
circle?
what I was trying to think of, like how to.
So like
we treat the
you
Minotaur
can
platform
define
as
it
south.
because okay,
It's the
Looking
left one when
towards
you're
north.
standing on your head and drinking a glass of milk.
Yeah.
so left from the point of the triangle.
So you're saying
I mean, we have to stand south of the
So
Minotaurs.
draw a line directly through the center of your from north to south on yours right now.
like this, right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
this is what we're defining as left and right. That is
So-
your center line.
Left, or let me use different colors here. We'll ignore the birds. So, okay. So we will have one group go left, right, and one group go right. And
Mhm.
so we're saying melees and tanks and healer and ranged. Is that what I heard?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So, okay, I see. Because, so for me, the way I interpret it is if I'm standing here, I'm going to look in the direction of the platform, right? I'm going to look away from the 2 tethered platforms. And because I'm a healer range, I'm going to my left, right?
Correct.
Okay, got it. Okay, sounds good. Questions about that? Anyone?
We're standing directly south of the Minotaurs.
No. So you're going, well, if you are an untethered Minotaur, like you're baiting the untethered ones, you're going to go to the platform with the 2 Minotaurs on it.
Yep.
If you are a tank or a melee, you'll go left in this diagram. If you are a healer or a range, you'll go right, and then you'll bait them just away from the other platforms such that the cones will look something like this. Roughly.
It can be south of the Minotaur. It can be south.
That's what I'm
east,
doing. I'm
west
going
of
south
the
of it.
Minotaur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the general direction is south of it. Like
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
As long as you're not
I need it.
getting hit by a bird, that's all I care about. Okay, sound good?
Yep.
All right, ready to check out. All right, let's go.
Second. All right.
Tank spread. Go Bravo. Move up a little. Alpha. Tanks will move. Home gang. Make your way to Charlie otherwise.
Or holding.
Yep. Tank healer spread, holding 2 minutes. Gather up. Going right. DPS spread, holding 2 minutes. Gather up. This is 2 minutes. Tanks will move to Charlie. Tanks spread. Light party tiles. Knockback. To the edge. Move. Charlie. Move up. Right. Tanks away. Tank stacks. Baits are next. Move. Oh, for us, sorry. Move middle. Knock back east-west. Then we'll move a little north. And move. Tanks will spread. Come middle, Asylum's down. Bars and tethers. Don't forget knockback resistance. Move middle. Go to Bravo. Ah, fucking saw that coming. I got her. Okay, that's fine. Go to Bravo. DPS spread first, Bravo. Tank healer spread next. There's an AoE here. It's tank healer spread third on Bravo. DPS spread last on Alpha. Go to Bravo. Go to Bravo to the edge. You're gonna need to dodge the AoEs and the light. Fuck. I was a little too far forward, I guess. Yeah, I wasn't nearly at the edge far enough. That's my bad.
The edge for what?
Look where I'm standing. Like, my body is too close to the middle bait. Like, I'm not on the edge of the arena.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's why I died. I mean, you didn't have the resources to compensate, so
Okay.
that's my bad.
One more pull.
Keep going. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, here we go.
You still have another lockout later today, so. Tank stack. Alpha. Move up. One egg. Bravo. Tanks away. Spread. Make your way to Charlie.
Hold buffs here.
Tank healer spread first. Gather up. Going right. DPS spread. Hold buffs. And drop them. Tanks to Charlie. stacks. Home game, right?
Yep.
Okay. Light party tiles. Knockback. The edge. I'll get her. Get ready to move. And move. Go to Charlie. Two up and left. Hangs away. Spread. We should maybe hold that buff window until after the tank buster resolves.
Yeah.
Hold nothing. Fuck the tanks.
Huh?
Who did you guys get hit by?
I don't know. Well, this is gonna be kind of fucky.
It's wild.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
Move
put
up.
out veil.
It's okay.
Oh, this doesn't even hurt.
No Swift Rika. I have thin air. I got it. Hard casting. Tank stack. Everyone else come middle. Okay, you should be good, Eva. Towers and tethers. Go middle. Go to Bravo. Yeah, middle. Bravo. I'm just not gonna cast. DPS spread first, Bravo. DPS spread. No more. Move. This is tank healer spread. Tank healer spread, DPS stack. AoE coming out here. This is tank healer spread.
Did Ika just run off?
It's fine. Go back to alpha. Tank healer or DPS spread.
Sure body for the debuffs.
Tank healer spread, DPS stack. Or DPS press, sorry.
Try again,
DPS,
bud.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, can't try again. Go to Alpha, Bravo. Go to Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
We're on the edge.
Nope. Yeah. Alright. Let's just call it here, and then we'll reconvene in 2 hours. Yeah? Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
See you guys in 2
Yep.
hours.
Yep, 2 hours.
Oh shit, you're raiding more? Hell
Yeah, we missed Saturday because of me, so we had to double up, and then we miss. We're gonna have to double it next week too because Badger's not available Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday.
I finally got to a place I could stop with service. I can actually watch this shit and I don't have to be up super goddamn early. Hell yeah. Oh, speaking of though, I do need to pay for my brewery.
That's okay. Happens. Mink and I also died at stupid times. Happens. All right, take a 2-hour break. See you guys in 2 hours.
Later.